So, like I said, we inadvertently destroyed both of them without actually knowing. I don't know why this NPC built the tank depot up here, maybe so it get there faster. In any case, it was in range because my range ended right about here with the howitzers. And so, us not knowing that we destroyed most of their stuff, because like we didn't know what in here was destroyed. We knew some of it was destroyed because it told us a little bit, but we also didn't know for sure. And then they came in, got rid of my howitzers, and shit just went wrong. These guys are coming in. Luckily, Corby's guys took care of fucking business. Again, just did you see how there's like black pits here, and it's just, oh my goodness. That's their tanks missing. There's not even black spots. There isn't spots. We didn't leave spots. That's how bad it got fucking decimated. And then I lost my guys in there. I lost my howitzers. I didn't show it, but Corby had anti-tank here, and I had an HQ in here. And I'm like, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna move some more people over here on these howitzers. I said, we'll get them. And a little bit later, I realized my howitzers were gone. I was like, fuck. And I'm like, Corby, you lost some people. And I clicked to it, and I wish it would show. I can't Control-C, click. I wish it would show when we pointed at the map, because we did that often. That'd help me show a few good points. But me losing those tanks allowed me to get some people in there and just start taking back some of the easier areas. These guys are coming down. Not a big deal because they're pushing on our base, which has, again, anti-everything. And this is just Corby's fucking handiwork. Just, oh, so fucking, oh, it's gorgeous. And I called some rangers in, but I wanted to hold them off. I wanted to assault the base with them. Anyway, so I tell Corby, I say, Corby, this is gone, and I click to it, and I'm like, he's like, what's gone? I'm like, you had a nest there, and then he realizes the rebels there, and he's like, I didn't even notice, and we're fucking laughing. He's like, I'm such a bad commander, leader, or something, right? And so, it was fucking hilarious, because we just started losing shit, and we didn't even know, and they'd start taking this back up here, but however, I got my howitzers back, and I believe I just started bombing their HQ, just to fucking whatever. Oh, I'm bombing here because I didn't know. The fog of war was telling me that there was either still buildings there or I wasn't taking any chances. So I think I moved 3 tanks out. Where's the third one? No, I just moved 2 tanks in this guy. And they last pretty long, but they've got these assholes. Enough for Corby to... Enough for me, and I think Corby put some artillery rounds in there. He's out of control. And we have these infantry. I must say, if more of these bunkers would just line the place, I wouldn't be able to get my infantry through without blowing them up, and that would take me a lot of unnecessary time. So this was pretty close to dead, and I thought, well, let's get over here. And then we realized that they didn't have anything because we had taken it out inadvertently again because we thought this HQ had more of it. So it was a lot easier than initially anticipated, but for whatever reason, making that fucking blitz with the fucking howitzers, that just came through for us, and I mean, we really took it back. You saw how many fucking tanks. Maybe I didn't focus on it, maybe it doesn't seem like it, because this video is only like 45 minutes long, where the actual battle was 2 hours. We start putting people in there, I got tanks in there, I'm like, fucking, that's insane. But, I mean, what really did it was Corby's fucking defense that just did all of this with my howitzers, because my howitzers are mine, so I feel entitled to say that they did something useful, because they can kind of attack without knowing what's back there. They don't need line of sight. Again, if I recall correctly, 54 fucking tanks, or anti-infantry, depending on how that works. Corby just starts moving people in to take caps, because he says if we don't make this push, which is pretty fucking impossible to not make this push, even though these guys are kind of scary. He's like, I want to have as many points as possible just so we have them and we can delay them enough. And I agreed with him and we went off for it. But again, that blitz, I think we took a sniper out, and I think I made an HQ back here, and then I just started making units to put on the howitzers because I knew they were there. The second time around, I had a tank back here. Corby spawned in, those guys. He spawned in that mortar team so he could start taking points back here. Just getting our population cap back up, getting our actual supplies coming in at a regular basis. You saw those explosions; those were actually my howitzers. It was just out of range, and I didn't know what kind of health it had. As you can see, it didn't have any health, but I wasn't taking chances. We were playing Annihilation, so all we needed was this. And these guys are fucking moronic, and they just run into that. And like shit like that, you make a line around that, you're gonna have tanks take these out before your infantry can move in, and that will save you a lot of time with tanks, because they won't be able to get in there and fuck you up. And at this point, we're just running people in. It didn't matter. I think Corby started bombing me, or I was bombing Corby or something. And again, you'll see it in a few seconds here, because we've only got like, I think 5 minutes to go, maybe 6 minutes. We're just taking points now. We hadn't destroyed this necessarily, but I mean, I wasn't worried. It's not like they could take any of this back. And again, it was that blitz in which we got units to where we needed them to be, and for whatever reason, that push just, it fucking wrecked them. I don't know why, but destroying their capacity to build engineers, and then destroying their main creations, their ability to create the fucking tanks, or anti-infantry or infantry themselves. They need to take some infantry, put them in a building, create engineers, move back and put them on that HQ. And generally, if you have a sniper back there, you can take care of that. So I'm trying to put a barrage in here, and I throw those down, and he's like, no, wait, and he throws the fucking the plane at it. And that was just fun. The entire game was just, look at this impractical way of getting troops in. Just throw a fucking plane at it. Hey, who cares? It was great. But to reiterate, destroy their source of engineers, break their shit as soon as possible. Granted, howitzers, granted the howitzer shot, that takes some time, and it takes some patience and accuracy and strategy. But if you get rid of their main source of commander tree skills, as well as their source of engineers, you can proceed to fuck everything else up. And if you have a sniper in the area, like I did during the first parts of the game, you can generally tell them to cloak, and then just take out the two-man sniper squad, or pioneers on the German team. And hopefully, if there's not a lot of units around, your sniper can take those guys out and not let them rebuild, and then just continuously bombard them. Because if they can spawn 8 groups of engineers, that can repair a building before you actually get your howitzer shots in there. Now, that's just how I like to play, and I feel that if you don't push, and we didn't push for a very long time until we made that blitz, and we're like balls out, to the wall. And I mean, this is just fucking cunts. Like, that was silly. Those are howitzer shots. These are tank shots. And some of his, the Bofors and the Pounders. So, anyway, that was a really fun game. We're on the brink of destruction, and maybe you can't comprehend how hard it was to just go through an hour and a half of fucking getting pounded on and just defending with Corby's base, and then these two guys defending, and then me making tanks as frantically as fucking possible. But I mean, it was crazy, because we came back from that. You saw we had almost no territory up to here, and then back up to here, and then they started taking this point, and then they're just there, and then they're over there, and a few times they try to come up this middle side. In hindsight, I don't know if we could have done anything much better other than push earlier and possibly fortify up here and then push left a little more so that they have this left front and then this right front, in which I had a tank here for the first part of the game, and then I had this headquarters here, on and off all game. Real problem was Corby kept putting anti-tank things here, as you can see, and I mean, because he put anti-tank here and we were facing two normal computers, you're like, oh, normal computers, no, they're fucking difficult, okay? You beat a normal computer on your own, 1v1, and then beat normal computers 2v2 with a friend. You do that, and then come tell me that normal computers are fucking easy. Because then I will call you a fucking liar until you get out of my face. Because goddamn. But Corby got fucked up because he was making anti-tank, and they saw that, or they recognized it, and whatever, their computer brains said, hey, let's fuck that up. And then, you know, he had to pull back, and it's like, what, are you going to pull back to here? There's nothing to defend here, so he pulls back here, and then he has to come on here, and then we eventually get a fucking perimeter up because we had the tanks here holding it. It was a great game. In my opinion, it was a fucking terrific success, and I think the best games are the long drawn out ones where you are active and aware the entire fucking time, because holy shit if that just wasn't fucking crazy. So I cannot tell you how I'm going to cut this video up, but you know, I wish I would have said this in the beginning, because, you know, you might not listen to this part, but I don't know how I'm going to cut this video up. If it's over 30 minutes, like 45 minutes or something, I might not upload it, excuse me, as one part, which means it's going to seem a little choppy because it's going to be one continuous video, but I'll try to upload or release both the parts at the same time so as to let people find the outcome, excuse me, sooner rather than later. And you know, I might do these more often, because they don't always take 2 hours. Only the really good ones that you survive take 2 hours, and some of the ones that are just really funny. It was funny because there was us fucking around and just trying to scrap up as much as we could and just hold on to it, but it kept slipping away, like trying to find a footing in sand, or using sand to, you know, pay people. So you can't pay people with sand. It just goes away, just in the wind. So we spruced that up with some commentary, and those were fun. So I don't know how many more of these I'm going to do. Usually they take an hour. I think I've had at least 4 games now. It's an hour, 9 minutes exactly. It's like, Jesus Christ. That's weird. Maybe it takes an hour and 9 minutes for my brain to realize that, okay, we should probably push now. But I mean, they're good games. They're fun. Hopefully you weren't bored and you enjoyed this. You enjoyed seeing what was what. Hopefully you liked the commentary. If I get a little more hard drive space, right now I only have 400 gigs, but if I get a little more, I'll try to put the start recording during games so that I can give you our audio, me and Corby's, and hopefully get Johnny in some games. Some weird shit's happened with Mojo right now, so I don't know who exactly is going to be in this or the next ones, but you know, I'd like to get Ace and Brendan, or Brendan is K-Scans or K-Scan's dad, Jay, which was just a fun match. That was great. Me and Corby actually fought Ace and K-Scan's dad, and well, that was a crazy match. I might actually show that, but I don't know what's going on right now. So, you know, when you get de-admined and demodded, and your really close friend moves up in the ranks, you start to wonder how fucking valuable your friendship is to them. So I can't guarantee what games we're gonna have in the future, but I can guarantee that this was a crazy map. I hope to do another one like it, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. This is Fish Kilroy. Have a good day. Please take it easy, and I will see you later.